Hello everyone. So welcome to today's video, and today's video is about Scrapy, and we're gonna learn Scrapy from Scrapy documentation. So let's first understand about the Scrapy. What is Scrapy? Scrapy is a fast high-end web crawling and web scraping framework. So Scrapy is a framework that is used for scraping and crawling, um, used to crawl websites and extract structured data from their pages. It can be used for a wide range of purposes, from data mining to monitoring and automated testing. So Scrappy is a framework that is cool in doing crawling and scraping. It is also helping mining the data, and we can monitor it, and we can do automated testing too. So this is the general definition. By the way, you can like some of the use cases are, you have data present over something over a website which has a lot of data. Let's say you like to cook Asian dishes, so there is a website which has a lot of Asian dishes available, and you want to collect all the data from there. You want all these dishes on your saved on your system, so that you don't lost them. So what you can do is use Scrappy to crawl all those dishes from that website. This is a one scenario. The other scenario could be, you have a lot of files present in your local system. Let's say you have JSON files present in your local system that you want to process them and store in another format, or another structure or another database. Okay, so you can there use Scrappy to you will have to pass the path of local file, and it's gonna process it. So these are the just two some common use cases. So Scrappy, I have used Scrappy for more than 1.5 year, and it's super cool tool for doing scrapping. It has everything in it. It has logging, it has file storing methods, data pipelines, item pipelines. So it has a lot of functionality available in it. So next thing, I'm gonna jump over to the architecture. So we know the architecture of Scrappy, so we know where we are going and where we are going. So first of all, we need to understand about these symbols. These symbols denote middlewares. Middleware are some you can say uh, is a unit that is doing some pre-processing or post-processing before sending that data to another process. So it is something that is kept in the middle to do some processing. Okay, so starting with, we are gonna follow the numbering. So in Scrappy, we call our scrapers spiders. So let's say we have prepared a scraper for the RAS, we will call it a spider. Okay, so our spider is the one who initiates the request. So our spider has the input URLs or input source where it wants to fetch the data. Okay, so it's gonna make the request, and make the request will be sent to engine. Okay, request is sent to the engine, and engine is gonna send these requests to the scheduler. So in Scrappy, first request is made, and engine is the one who communicates these stuff to different units of this Scrappy crawling. Okay, Scrappy framework. So next step, the engine is gonna send these requests to the scheduler, and scheduler is the unit that serves the purpose of scheduling the items. So let's say we have to crawl 10 pages, and our spider is gonna send 10 requests to the engine. And those 10 requests will be sent to the scheduler, and scheduler is the one who decides which request has to be executed at which time and in which order. So we can't say that if we have 10 requests, they are gonna run in sequence. That is not mandatory. It's gonna do its own thing. It's gonna schedule these requests on the base however schedule feels it's suitable to run it, and then it tells the engine back that these are the requests, and you have to run at these requests at this time, like it is scheduled it. So next up, um, we have to move to the fourth step is to we send these requests to the downloader. Downloader is the middleware that is gonna download our request. Like we have built our request ready, which has our URL, target URL, which has headers, which has cookies. So our these details went to the downloader, and downloader is gonna make the actual request to the internet. it's gonna make the actual request to the internet, and it will get a response from the server, and downloader will then send that response into the engine back. So it's now engine who decides where this response will go. So now after getting the response from downloader, engine is gonna send the response back to the spider. Okay, so spider has the response back, like spider has sent the request and it get the response back. So next step is spider has to do the processing and do the passing of the data. Like when we fetch the data from the internet, it is in raw form, so most of the time we have to process the data, or let's say it is already in structured format, then we are good to send the data into the next step. So spider will again receive that response from the engine, and it's gonna process it, and in the next step it's gonna send that items and request. So we have to notice that here we have items and requests, which means that when we do the crawling, there are some pages that are in nested form. Let's say you are following a pagination, and you follow that pagination and you get some other pages that you have to go to. So then in that scenario we have been like sending again the request. So it could be a scenario where we make our first request, and then we pass that response and we get more URLs, and we have to make a new request too. So in the seventh step we can make a new request too, and also we can send the items. Items are referred to as a value that we have just grabbed, we have just collected, we have just you can say transformed into a structured format, and then we send that transform like structured data into the engine. In the we called it items. So items are now in the engine, and the next step is we are gonna send these items into the item pipeline. So in the items pipeline we have some a pipeline ready that is used to process the item. So when we have fetched the data, we have passed the data to our items pipeline. So it's now items pipeline role to do some pre-processing on the data. Let's say you have collected data for about prices, and the prices are in any local currency, and you want it to change it to dollars. So you can apply that logic into the items pipeline, that it will convert the data that it is received from the spiders, and it's gonna apply that currency change formula on that. So after that processing, our items pipeline is gonna save the data for like in a file that we have set the configuration. We can save the data into a file, or we can save the data into databases. So there are many ways we can our save our data. So the items pipeline is the last step that we have. It's gonna save the data, and also at this step, if they are needed any further request, we can make those further requests, as we have received from this seventh step. We might receive some requests. So if we received some requests, we are gonna again send these requests to the scheduler to schedule it. So this was the whole structure of Scrapy. So yeah, that's all for now. The thing is, with the Scrapy, you can't I will I would like to help you understand that if you have 100 URLs and you want to scrape data from there, if you send these 100 URLs to the spider, the spider is gonna send the 100 URLs to the engine, and engine is gonna send these URLs to the scheduler. So the thing is, we can't say that the 100 ULs are gonna process in a single sequence, because Scrapy is not works in a linear way. It is built upon what is it? I forgot its name. This engine has a name which executes the scripts in asynchronous way. Okay, so yeah, you cannot expect it to work in linear way. You have sent 100 requests, it's gonna decide which requests are gonna process first, and which are gonna process later. So you can't say that the first URL is gonna be crawled first. That's not mandatory. That's just totally depends upon the scheduler. So yeah, that was the main pick up point that we faced a lot of time in while crawling. So that's all for now. You can I will attach these resources for you to study for now. This was my first video, and it was totally about the theoretical stuff. In the next step, I will be doing some hands-on. I will be making some simple, pretty basic spiders, so that everyone can follow along. And thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.